Okay. If you ask this question in JAMB, in WAEC, in NECO, in Post-UTME, how do you tackle it? When H is negative, that is, we are looking at delta H. When you say H means enthalpy or enthalpy change. So delta H means enthalpy change. When enthalpy change is negative, a reaction is said to be A, endothermic, B, exothermic, C, reversible, D, ionic. All right. So what is H? H means the heat content of a chemical reaction. So what is heat content? Heat content is the amount of heat that a reaction has before and after the chemical reaction. So if a reaction, say A plus B, gives C and D. So before reaction, we have that the initial heat content is maybe 20 kilojoule, for instance. Then after the chemical reaction is now 10 kilojoule. It means that heat was released into the environment. That is the meaning. Because initially it was 20, but after the reaction, when C and D is being produced, 10 is now remaining. So it means that 10 left. How do we know that? So let's look at the board. It means that here I have H1, which is heat content, initial heat content. Then here is what H, which is what final heat content. So our change in H will now be equals to H2 minus H1, isn't it? So the final minus initial. So the final is what? 10 minus initial is what? 20. So 10 minus 20 will give me what? Minus 10 kilojoule. So if it's minus 10 kilojoule, it means that the H is negative, for instance. So, and if the H is negative, it actually means that heat were lost from the system, from the reacting system into the environment. So that is an exothermic, that is heat loss. Exo means, outside. But the reverse becomes the case if I have 10 here as initial, then 20 here as what? As final. It means that our heat was gained or were gained from the environment into the system. So when you do change in H, you're going to be having 20 minus 10 now. So if you have 20 minus 10, the answer will give you what? Plus 10. So it becomes positive, which is what? Endothermic. But for negative, the answer is what? Exothermic reaction.